There you go.
Charleston Southern head coach Gabe Giardina, the team coming off its open date. Last time out, they beat Kennesaw State back on September 30th. They're going to host Lindenwood. This is their first Big South OVC contest. So, Coach, some thoughts on your team, and we'll go to some questions.
Well, obviously glad to get some rest and heal up a little bit. We were super like everybody this time of year banged up and we used the week to kind of charge the batteries. I thought we actually had really good practices and yeah, very excited about opening up association play here, right? We've never played obviously against Lindenwood or really any OVC team. So this will be some new uncharted territory for our fans and chance to create some new rivalries and should be pretty exciting.
Two-part question then on what you just said. It's first time ever playing them. Is that any different now, though? Like now you might play a team who you've played before and they might have changed their whole roster over. So is that sort of different just to where we are in college football now?
Yeah, I think that's an accurate statement. I think people have greater flexibility in turning their roster over than ever before. And that's probably a whole nother conversation for head coaches and where we stand on that. But certainly it is a different time in college football, unlike we've ever seen before. But it just goes back to coaching and creating culture and getting our guys to kind of bond together and compete and have fun and really create those relationships within the locker room.
So, what have you seen from Lindenwood? They've had some games this year. They put up a lot of points, and they played some tough opponents. So, thoughts on them?
Yeah, I mean they're the number two scoring offense in the conference, uh, and so yeah, they put up a bunch of points. I think they played really well defensively against Tennessee Tech. Obviously McClendon getting Player of the Week and creating a lot of disruption there, and then I think they're really good. At all levels, but I think. I don't know how to say Ethan's number Stolotz, one of their linebackers, and the Die Kid. I mean, both those guys are very active. They made a ton of tackles so far, I think defensively they're stingy, and then offensively they've been explosive. They've done a good job. It's they kind of mix run and pass. They're pretty balanced in what they do. Almost averaging close to 400 yards a game. Better find number 19, Jeff Caldwell. I know that. And the quarterbacks played good, and then Carter Davis, came in last game and first play throws a touchdown pass. So not a whole lot of drop off there. And I certainly remember Ethan Johnson from media day. I stood beside him and I couldn't see the sun. So that's most guys that play up front, but he's especially a nice kid and just got to eat some shrimp and barbecue with him and then coach. So we had a good time.
I just lost my train of thought about them. How did you use the bye week then to, we talked about getting better and things for your team. Was it successful? How do you feel going into this week?
Yeah, my team is so young and inexperienced that like every practice that we can have, we seem to get better and guys kind of step up or especially our young players, but that's most of our team. So for us, we just kind of trying to treat it like a normal week. We did a lot of Lindenwood stuff, but then we did a lot of stuff where we just want to go some live drills where we can tackle and try to see guys make contested plays. I haven't seen us make a whole lot of contested plays. So for us, it was, I guess maybe a little spring footballish feeling, and then give the players a weekend off to just kind of recharge their batteries. I think mental health is more talked about and more important than ever, with this group of players and post pandemic. And so I think it was just kind of like therapy for us to have some time off. I enjoyed seeing my wife again before the sun went down too.
I remember I was going to ask Lindenwood. Do they play like anybody you've already played this season? Similarities?
I mean, they're golly, great question. they're a good mix. They're probably the best mix of run pass that we've seen. I think, and so it's, we've seen really explosive with Western Carolina in the passing game. We saw ground and pound with William and Mary. They mix it actually better, and really complement each other on the run pass stuff. So, I think certainly this will be the most diverse mix of run and pass and talent that we've seen offensively. And then defensively, I think, they do a really good job of just being who they are, or being fundamentally sound. They probably play similar to William and Mary. Don't blitz a ton, but they know where they're supposed to be, and they're in the right place. And so it's it's a stingy defense.
Well, let me ask you one more and let you go. Because you mentioned Western Carolina, who you played, and they sort of,
Gracious.
they're top 10 team now. Maybe not come out of nowhere, but they are as good as they've been. So just one of those tough teams you've played so far in the non-conference.
Yeah, well, if I had a vote for the Walter Payton Award, I'd vote for Desmond Reed, their running back. Okay, the way he ran all over us, and then ran all over the Citadel the next week. I mean, the guy, it's, I think, leading the FCS in touchdowns. So he's not just a problem for us; he's a problem for everybody. And Coach Bell does a tremendous job of obviously being very explosive on offense. I don't know what they're averaging, but they seem to score about half 100 every week. So we obviously saw that up front and personal. So, but it's just a testament. They've got really good personnel, a very good quarterback, and then really stingy, just big D line, kind of like Lindenwood Woods. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they've got any 338 pounders like Lindenwood Wood does, and the Finau. Who is like it requires a triple team sometimes, but certainly very good on defense as well.
Well, Coach, appreciate your time this morning. Best of luck in this weekend's matchup, and we'll talk to you again next Tuesday.
Thanks, God, appreciate it.